Body, this is Major coming at you with another hot topic. Yep, what they trying to steal from you, I'm gonna tell you. As soon as y'all start jumping on this here live, it's kind of obvious, but uh, if you're distracted, you won't see it. It's like following the magic act. If you get distracted with this hand, you're gonna see what the other hand really trying to do. So as soon as y'all start getting on here, I'll start going in on it. Get everybody straight. When you jump on, chime in so I know what's up. That's what's up, Ali. Miss E in the house. Let me know if my audio is good. I'm at a cafe. They got some music playing, which is cool. It's better than hearing a bunch of Vietnamese people talking at the same time. Sometimes it sounds like a bunch of dishes got thrown up in the air and just hit the floor. So can y'all hear my audio pretty good? And is the visual good? That way I can adjust if I need to. New Zealand's in the house. Sounds good. All right, cool. That's what's up, Steve. Thanks. All right, Miss E. That's what's up. Dope, dope. So we're gonna get started. The title I threw up was what they trying to steal from me, from everybody on the planet probably, is really your right now. And you say, what you talking about, Major? How they trying to steal my right now? I'm watching you. How they trying to steal your right now, meaning everything that you would ever do in the future have to do with your right now, right now. So if you was gonna do something later, you would have to be did that right now. But if I could distract you long enough to get you off your right nowness, then I can control your laterness. I can control everything in your so-called future. Why do I want to do this? Why do everything work the way it works? Why can't people just kind of be people and do what they did? Because it's always somebody trying to control what everything and everyone is trying to do. So I don't have that mindset. I'm got too much time in on controlling me, let alone the whole planet, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever else is out there. So I'm not really into that. But there are groups of people that are. So you just got to know that's what's really going on. It's not money, y'all. It's not money. They put that in the program so that we would be thinking, oh, it's all about the money. Well, it's all about the money to us. They already created the thing called money, those instruments, and that's what they use to keep everybody this. It's just a tool. Just like we can use it as a tool to craft or sculpt whatever we want to design in this dimension, literally. They can use it the same way for what their outcomes, what they want their outcomes to be for us or for them. So when you run out of pieces on the Monopoly board or whatever kind of checkerboard you playing with, chess, it gets old, it gets redundant. You like done with it. You like, all right, I'm gonna play a new game. So that's what the big people's doing. Oh, let's play another game because this one's old, outdated. We ran it for 100 years, it's phased out. That's a wrap. In order for them to install the new program, they got to steal your now. They got to steal your now with distractions. They got to steal your now with any and everything imaginable. Like I said, fear tactics. At the same time, they want to scare people. There's a whole bunch of people making money. When the masses are scared of money stuff, they're going to lose it. There's a whole bunch of other people that come in and make a whole bunch of money. And that's where they end up stealing your now and they end up owning your future. So if you don't want to be a casualty of war, you got to start paying attention to, you hear the words, paying attention. When you give your attention to something too long, you pay for it. Your attention is valuable. So whatever you lend it to costs you. You lend it to the wrong stuff, it's like grand auto theft. I mean, you getting You're getting your bag taken everywhere you look. So if you want to end up being somebody who's in a little more control of some outcomes, you got to recognize the environment you're working in, and then you also have to know the tactics they deploy. The biggest tactic right now is like distract and sabotage. Not your physical assets, that's included too, but they trying to take out the main mainframe. The main mainframe of things is up here. That's this. And your big kanagit, you know what I'm saying? The thing between your two ears, that's the main frame. That's the, if they can control that, they can control lots of things. So they use money and gold and houses and real estate and all to control thoughts. Get you grabbing after these apples while they loading up on these over here, the real good ones. You gotta realize the stuff they sold us that we thought was valuable really don't have too much value when you look at it. The thing that do have a lot of value is your time and what you do with it. You can parlay your thoughts into assets, physical assets, but primarily the ones I'm talking about, like your spiritual assets, your spiritual being stuff, the stuff that move mountains, okay? The stuff that it's not some fictional characters talking about. I'm talking about you. Like, you can do some big stuff with your thinking if you believe, that's a trick word, if you believe that was your truth. You can't do nothing you don't believe in. So if I'm trying to control you, shouldn't I get you to believe some other stuff so you can't never get to the real stuff you need to get to? Yeah, that's what I would be doing if I'm trying to control the masses, keep everything orderly and civil, like my ancestors created it to be for the select few. If I want to keep that intact, I got to make sure I'm in control of how you think and how you think this is fearful or this is happiness and how you think this is great and this is not. Everything we perceive has been programmed. So we right now, we thinking things, unless you could get clarity with yourself, start stepping into some clairvoyance type of thinking. Right now, most people are on thoughts of something, they're going to lose something, about to lose something, and they're going to take it, they're going to steal it. While you thinking they're going to take some physical thing, what they really taking is your soul. They taking your spiritual thing. Don't equate spiritual to religion, please. Don't, just the two separate things. One is after the other. One was the original format, and then it got reprogrammed into another format. I'm sorry, I said promat. I made up my own word again, a promat format. I can did that though because I'm the creator of my own consciousness, so to speak, in real time. I can create outcomes for myself and I can delete outcomes for myself. So yeah, you a creator. Don't get offended. Like when somebody tell you or suggest that they are a creator, that's what you're doing every minute, every millisecond of the day. You creating outcomes. You creating energy output and you receiving energy output in some form or fashion. So you're the one who gets to pick and choose what that is if you can override the previous program and get off of the Grand Theft Auto program, which is the one designed to make us always in a suffering mindset or always in a, feeble, I'm getting conquered mindset, or always, always in that excuse mindset. That's the one they want you in 24/7, twice on Sunday, so they can run game on you. They're using us like batteries, yo. So I'm not trying to, if I find out you've been using me and I find out I was a battery and I have a better outcome if I use more of the battery for me instead of letting them use it for them or they politics or, certain things you watch on TV and certain things that you actually, you ever watch a TV show and they say this promotional Item is paid programming. They telling you what it is, paid program, because somebody paid to program you for their thing. So this programming thing is a big deal. That's how they steal from you. That's how they steal your now. Your now equate to your, if there's a future, equate to your future. So, remember the candy now laters? Y'all, the old school heads out there, y'all remember now laters. Now or later, okay? Maybe they was trying to reference some spiritual thing in the candy, now or later. You can put in time now and get out good quality later, or you can not pay attention to now and suffer later with these cavities because you didn't brush your teeth now after you ate the candy. So later, the dentist gonna get you. Probably most of the creators of candy, Willy Wonka was probably a dentist in real life. That's the bait and switch and bait technique. They get you eating on some candy. You're gonna end up at a dentist eventually sometime in your life and get that problem taken care of. So it's always about the now and creating a later. And if you don't think that's true, your right now you in right now is from something previous, right? That was your now then, created this later, which is your still now. So it really ain't never no later. It's always right now, but we already been programmed for schedules. We've been programmed for corporate America, corporate Germany, corporate wherever you from, New Zealand, how to fit into the system of things. That's how we was programmed to benefit other people. We mistaken. We got hit upside the head too many times with programming. We thought this was for us. Go to college, get great grades, and go to college, and you'll be success. We thought, no, that was really for some other groups to succeed, so they could get further. They just tricked us into believing that that's how you succeed. Well, really, of course, that's not. And you got to determine what your own success level is, because they steal a lot from us right there. We trying to chase after stuff, this shiny apple over here, when you bite in the apple, it's worms and it's all rotted out and everything. But you don't know because on the outside it's shiny. They sell us these lifestyles, look this way, do this way, blah, 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 blah. And then we bite it, and then we stuck in that program. And then they run game on you. Don't think for one moment that somebody hasn't been crafting these programs for a long time. They've been crafting this stuff, knowing primarily which way things are going to go, because they're dictating through suggestion which way they want it to go. So when you want to look at where things will go in the future, you look at all of the programming suggestions that are out. That tells you what they planning, what they want it to look like later. You say, well, dang, that's pretty strong, powerful. They could just do like that. Well, that's already been did. They've been doing that for so long. That's just what's going to be, okay? The only savior moment in this thing is that you recognize what's happening and you save yourself. You save your thoughts and utilize your energy for you instead of giving it away for free to your utter detriment by acquiescing all the time on things you don't need to acquiesce to, or going along with things that really you ain't sure if you should go along with it or not. That's my dad always told me, son, follow your first mind. So that first thought that pop up when you're in a situation, that's usually the one you should do. If it come out good, it come out good. If it come out bad, so what? But at least you follow your first mind. Normally your second, third thought after a situation, you start rethinking things, start lead you the wrong way immediately. You got powerful intuition built in, but it's been overwritten by a whole bunch of powerful programming that you didn't know was going on. But I'm here to tell you that's what's going on. On and on to the break of dawn. This is a programming central. Music, what we eat, what we drink. It's cool to be, it's okay to just live and do stuff. And look, I'm not saying don't go out and be a go-getter. I'm not saying don't, because y'all know I'm about go-get. I like, while I'm here, we gonna get it. Whatever my thing is, my journey is, let's get this. I got my next bucket list item and I've been working on it. I'm gonna get it while I'm here, right? So that's the stuff that keep you pushing. it also helps keep their programming off of you. You can't escape it 20. You can't escape it 100%. There's no way to escape it. It's too much programming since we've been going on. You can't escape it, but you can minimize it. Okay, you can reduce your exposure, and you can have more control instead of less control. And I know a lot of people will go into the religious basket and go, yo, God's in control, this, that. You know how I feel about that stuff. You got to do your own due diligence and find out what works good for you and go after that thing. So if that's your thing, that's your thing. But if you read those texts really good, biblical texts, everything in there got to do with, even if you roll that way, it's got to do with you doing the stuff. Even Jesus saying something like, these miracles you see me do, you will be able to do these and greater things. I can't remember what book it is, I'm rusty. But so if he's saying, these things you see me do, you shall do greater things. Wait, he said the word do? Ain't that a verb or something? Action? So if you got to do even those things to get greater things, why wouldn't you think you got to do that now? If you go into that religious basket and be like, yo, God's going to do this for me. And no, he ain't. If you believe God's a she ain't. If you believe God's a it, that's what I'd rather say. I wouldn't say the creator's this or that. I don't even know. So I can't even put no labels on it. I just got to stay in my lane and use the labels I need to use to suggest to myself how these things roll and how they work. So that's what I'm into. That's what that's what I'm patterning it, or those types of programs. So if you are on the fence with which way you need to go in life, that's your business. I'm not going to tell you get off the fence this way or go that way. I'm only here to share information, confident information, my opinion, my blueprint, so to speak, of what I'm doing. These are just things that you could use for go-go juice. Don't try to do everybody else's stuff. Do your stuff. Don't try to follow. Let somebody follow you. You be the leader. You got to get out of the follower mindset. It's okay to follow people who might know a little bit more than you. That's actually who you should pattern, or people that are moving forward. You know the right way or the wrong way, okay? You don't need nobody to tell you, oh, that's the right or the wrong thing to do. What you do need at times is motivation. You need that hit punch in the chest. You need that person that's gonna shake you and rattle you a little bit and like, wake up, slap you around a little bit, and get you straight. But after that, it's your journey. It ain't somebody else's, journey to tell you. How should I say it? It's not somebody else's business to tell you what your journey is. So, and I might have to move to a different table. We'll see. Normally when these guys come to the cafe, they start smoking cigarettes and stuff, which is their thing, but I don't have to partake in that. So I'll end up probably moving. So y'all probably see me get up and roll here in a minute. But just stay on your pad. If you ain't on a pad, that might be the problem. You got to find the pad. You got to find your pad. And don't think it's going to be all rosy all the time. It's not always positive all of the time. You can't 24/7 positivity. You can a lot more than you are right now, though. Okay? Ain't nobody no real life superhero like you see on the movies, on the paid programming movies. But you a real life superhero because you are the critical thinker. You're the epicenter of which way you want things to go for your life, for your path and everything. You that person. So once you acknowledge that that's you, then things will start moving in a different direction for you. Like I said, you're gonna get bumps on the head. You just gotta have that ice pack ready. When the lump go down, you get back at it. That's all it is. You ain't out until you out. You ain't out until you out. You might get down a little bit. You might get down a lot. Hell, I've been down so far, literally looking up to where I started at. Looking at the bottom was a long way. Like, dang, whoa, for reals? Now, I ain't done that 2 or 3 times in my life so far. So I'm not looking, I'm not looking to do that anymore. However, life is life though. You know, uh, I got the blueprint for that too. And that's where people get mixed up with, oh, failure, he's a failure, she's a failure. Now, if you keep trying and you keep knocking, chipping that wood off of that big old tree with that axe, sometimes you gotta stop, sharpen that axe. You gotta keep it moving. That's how you get to the point where you're more confident with what you say and what you do out here. A lot of people just don't have enough training, putting in the work, taking those risks, and willing to fail in order to succeed on your path. Failure really not what you think it is anyway. It's really a word somebody made up to describe something that happens, that's maybe sometimes adverse or sometimes the opposite of what you want. But that's just a life condition, really. It's just, you know, somebody spilled the water. I had a nice glass of water. Somebody spilled it right when I was getting ready to grab the glass. Okay, I can get another glass. I can wipe it up, blah, blah, blah. But if I blow a fuse right there and go ballistic and everything, I get a different outcome. So it's all choice, you know? It's all choice. And that's what I'm learning the most right now is how not to overreact, how not to think so much about what just happened that appeared to be negative and just let it play out for a minute. Let it play out for a minute before I take a position on, is that really negative or not? Now, if somebody walk up to you and punch you in the face, that's potentially a negative situation, unless, of course, it's a rich cat and you can sue him and take his bag at the end of it. I'm just joking. But you know what I'm saying? There are some adverse things that happen, but I think at the end of the day, it's how you internalize it and how long you keep it as a feeling or an emotion or a thought. If you keep that too long, then it turns into the real adverse thing. Eventually, it keeps accumulating. You build momentum. You build momentum with positive thoughts, and you can build momentum with negative thoughts. So if you're a builder or architect, I consider myself a builder, and a designer of certain things that I have control over. So, you got to start understanding momentum. Momentum is a serious thing. Like when you concept it and place it, like here's a good example for you. Momentum with the programming. You see how much momentum they using with the programming that's going out. It's constant, it's redundant, it's over the top, it's crazy. It's always a different twist and turn, but it's aimed to do one thing and one thing only: build more and more momentum for what they want their outcomes to be. You do the same thing, and you get off of their momentum train and you get on your own. You ain't got to be the caboose, you could be the engine. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I got 3 engines at the front, 4 engines at the front of my choo-choo train. You know, choo-choo-choo caboose. You know what I'm saying? Chugga chugga choo-choo. Oh, Denzel Washington, like, chugga chugga choo-choo. You know what I'm saying? So you could be the engines instead of the caboose all the time, following up from the rear. You ain't got to do that. You could be the the light bearer on any topic you want to be the light bearer on. What I mean is you're shining the light on the target that you want to access. So this is just some examples of how they trying to steal what's the most important thing you have, and then how you're assisting them with the theft by not understanding the programming they already installed in your mainframe, and then how that works against you at all times. That's why it's so hard to get up out of that rut you in. I did that for so many years until I got it. I'm talking about 40 years. 40 acres and a mule. Kind of 40 years, man. It took me all this time to go, that's what's happening. See, once you realize what's really happening, that's what breaks a lot of the chains that's holding you down, right? Because without the realization part, you don't have no belief. you got your old program belief. So if you ain't got no new program belief, the reason why you don't is because the old program is still your belief. That's belief central. So as long as that stays intact, it'll keep overriding any new information. That's what most people don't get. They keep going to these seminars, real estate seminars, giving all your money, thinking you're gonna get rich. You still working on your old program. The cat that put that program together for you to buy into, he on his new stuff. He on his new fly guy stuff. That's how he can take your bag. And then you end up trying it and it don't really work out the same way. While he on the yacht, doing yacht parties, driving Lambos and stuff, leaving his doors open, don't care, don't have a care in the world, you still struggling trying to do this program he shot out there to you. You still got your old program intact fully, so it keeps overriding any new installation that you try to install. That's one of the most important things to realize with your mindset. Your old program, your subconscious, your back mind, the mind that really makes everything produce itself in some type of material form, that one is very powerful, and it's gonna override anything that's new, that's incoming. That's its job, is to protect you. It will protect you even when you're in a bad situation that you've been programmed to believe that's your life. And that's how you do life, through that program. It will keep you in that program to protect you. That's what it believes it's doing, is your subconscious is protecting you because you believe that those things are real to you. So until you change the program, and you got to do it long enough, ain't no easy thing. It took me some years to start unwinding all the layers. And I'm not done by any stretch of the imagination. Am I done? But at least I done started the process. You know what I'm saying? So once you start unwinding those layers of that old program and start believing a new program that you want, then that's how you become that real estate tycoon. That's how you got to do that shadow work first. You can't just go out. You're gonna get your bag taken every time. Is all it's gonna happen. Somebody gonna see you coming and be like, "Oh, I got that bag. I'm taking all that. Yeah, I got just the thing for them. I'm gonna tell them they could be the next rapper. You know, the next greatest rapper. Come to my seminar and I'll show you how to make beats and be your own, start your own label, and but you still on the same old program." That's how these young cats, though, can go out here and make a whole bunch of money real quick, because they haven't established the same programs that maybe my age group has established over all this time. They haven't established that religious program, or the money program. You got to work hard and save your money, and then one day you'll be able to retire. They don't have that program. They got, I want money, and I'm going to go get it program, and then they go try to do some rap stuff, hit it big, and make millions of dollars. That's how they can do that, because they're not on the same program. For those of you that's older like me, or I'm not gonna say older like it's a bad thing, but up in age, more than a teenager, of course, age, we got a lot more work to do, because we came in on some programs. If you was born in the 70s, you might have came in when they was doing 2 or 3 different programs running. So now you got a mix of programs running with other programs added on top. You got Sesame Street songs still in your head. You got Tom and Jerry. You got Popeye and Brutus. You got Gilligan's Island programming in there. You got Three's Company. You got the Jeffersons. You got Good Times. Sanford and Son. You got a whole bunch of programs running in your head that you never deprogram. So that's dictating what we do right now. It's for real. So I ain't gonna stress this out too much longer. We right at 30 minutes. I hope this is I'm sure this is hitting some people in the chest. Wake you up, because see, you try to figure out how to maneuver and how to get to safety, but your old program gonna pull you back to the spot where you scared at. If you scared somebody gonna kill you, or you're gonna lose your life some kind of way, your program gonna pull you back to that same level you always been operating on. It ain't gonna never change. You got to come up and start, just say, yo, what is fear? I don't know. Something they told me was scary. What's scary? Something that I seen on the movie, ghosts and shit. I don't know. Jason coming after you, trying to kill you. Oh, okay. That's what fear is. Momentum, repetition, redundancy of programming creates your right now. Reverse effect, reprogram your stuff. Start doing some things and programming what you want redundantly, using momentum. It's work, y'all. It ain't just sit around and eat chips on the sofa while watching your favorite TV show. No, it's turn TV time off, turn it off, write down your narrative, like I've been trying to tell you. Write down what it is you're trying to do in this life, what you want to do, what you want to experience. It's all good. Just go try to make it good stuff, though. Don't try to, you're a serial killer listening to me right now. I'm not advising you of anything. I'm not trying to tell you go live your best life. I'm not trying to tell you that. But if you're regular folk, just trying to figure this stuff out still, and ain't really got a good bead on it yet, this is how you get the drop on it. That's how you get the drop on the situation. So y'all drop some comments after this thing post. I'm gonna keep it short, 30 minutes. That's pretty good. Normally I'm like an hour and 30 minutes. So I'm not a minute man. I'm a long stretch. I'm a long distance runner. So, but y'all make sure y'all game up, because that's what they doing. That's how they stealing your later, is through stealing your now. But you welcome it in, so make sure you're not like keeping your front door open, let them just drive up in there with a Brinks truck, just bust up in there. At least try not to let them up in there so much. Dictate to self what it is you want to allow in. What you get in all the time is what you put out. Energy begets energy. So don't let their energy usurp yours. First find out what yours really is, and then stop letting them usurp your energy and exchange it with you sending their energy out all the time through the programming that you allow to come into your mind's eye. So anyway, I'm gonna check some of these comments, if any. Anybody got any questions before I buzz off of here? What's up, Jax? InQ Space. What InQ Space talking about over there? We transfer our energy onto that green place of paper called the dollar bill. Yep, it's a medium. They call it a medium of exchange. When you trying to reach spirits, you do it through a medium, right? You use somebody like a conduit. So that's what he's talking about. Money is a conduit where you actually exchanging your energy through it. It's pretty clever how they design this stuff. But yeah, y'all can research some of that. Money's more than just, yo, where my money at? You got my money? That street stuff is more than that. It's actually energy transfers going on. Try this piece. Next time you go buy something, when you hand that paper over, which is soon to be your phone, but anyway, while you can use the paper, when you're about to hand it over, have a great thought about handing the money over. Like, don't dread it. Like, man, where am I gonna get my next dollar? No, be like, yo, I love doing this. Here, take that. I got more coming. That's how you energize the correct way using money on the exchange, okay? Not dreading that you ain't got enough and all this, that. You just create more or the same problem for yourself. But anyway, that's a dope comment. The power of now, that's what Steve told me. That's true. I'm learning that. Back and forth, because it's really right now, me talking to y'all right now, the only time it exists. It's the only thing going on. It's the only thing designing something next for your life or for mine. So it's really important. Didn't know this. If somebody would have taught me that in kindergarten, the German name kindergarten, go look up what the definition of kindergarten is. But somebody would have told me that back in the day, whole different outcomes a lot sooner, right? Ain't nothing but a thing. You got your journey, do your thing. Don't look back and be like, oh, I wish I would have, wish I could have. No, right now. But if you were to take this information and teach your grandchildren, teach your children, oh, yeah, now next generation on track, possibly. So anyway, Steve commenting, Who else on here? Andy Valentine. What's up? Miss E, of course, moderator supreme. Ain't nobody said nothing stupid because she on the wheels of steel. She gonna chop you up. Chop you up. Got Jax. Quake Powers, that's what's up. Heart of Flames. Shout out to all of y'all. Arthur Dean. Who else? Boney. I can't read all them numbers. Boney, what's up? Roots to Garden. Yeah, that look like it. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here, sip on this coffee real quick. I only drink half a cup because one whole cup is a little too much caffeine for me. Just taste the flavor and then jet, douse it with water, get on down the street. Until the next one, y'all, this is Major signing off for another. Yo, hit the likes, hit the subscribe. Make sure your notifications is turned on because they can turn them off. And make sure that you take some of this information and use it. Don't have me on here spending my moments, my right now, to give you some right now energy and then you don't even use it. I'm gonna leave with that. All right, y'all, to the next one. This is Major signing off for another kind of cool video. Peace.